...2020 COVID quarantine quickfire game review time. Let's go. DEADSIDE. DEADSIDE released April 14th, 2020 to some okay reviews. As far as I'm concerned, I don't really like it all that much. Let's go over some of the things that I don't like that much. The inventory system sucks. Base building is kind of basic, and there is no way to actually raid that. A lot of the gunplay mechanics in this game are absolutely terrible as far as gun sway and attempting to aim. My FOV is at the full length, or the full bar of 70, and I can barely see my fucking iron sights. Rendering either the normal Russian weapons that they give you completely fucking obsolete as far as real life's concerned, or we've got some really shitty game developers that do not understand how to make iron sights. Moving on to the next thing, AI instead of zombies. That's an okay thing, but when it comes down to it, the AI is kind of dumb most of the time, and they're really not that much of a challenge. As a brand new fresh spawn, you can wander up with your knife that you spawn with and murder up to 4 without really taking much damage. It's kind of nice, it's easy loot, but still, where's the challenge? As far as military AI go, they're a little bit harder, only because they have harder hitting weapons. They still possess the exact same amount of stupidity as the rest of the AI in the game. Now let's talk about PvP, because this game's supposed to be a survival game, but it's more emphasized on the PvP thing because it's actually a hardcore shooter with survival elements. So, PvP is kind of all over the place. I've found that the community in this game tend to be a little bit better. They're not as toxic as in games like DayZ or whatever. I mean, the first time I ever encountered someone, buddy domed me from halfway across the map. Went to go grab my loot. There was a glitch, couldn't get it. He met me at a military, or the safe zone. Then there's 2 safe zones, north and south. He met me at the north safe zone and gave me all of his shit and then logged off the server. Nice guy. Would never have had that in DayZ. Moving on. As far as the other things go, this game's kind of basic. When you wander into a town, you are looking at very empty buildings. There is not much there. There is not much going on. It kind of sucks. As far as the bigger towns that are in there, you're looking at maybe a maximum of 20 buildings, half of which you can't enter because they're apartment buildings and verticality does not really exist in this game, and that kind of sucks. Moving on to weapons. Weapons are fairly basic. They're the exact same ones that you're expecting to get into games like DayZ. Your starting weapons are a 5.56 bolt action, a Mosin, a Makarov, a Tokarev TT-33. As you move into more military loot, you're looking at the AKS-74U, AKM, or AK-74, I'm unsure of which one it is. I think it's the AK-47, AKM, yeah, 7.62x3.9. Anyway, you're looking at very basic things like that. More of the military loot and stuff doesn't tend to spawn that much into military buildings. It has to be bought at traders in the safe zone for an exuberant amount of money that can be really difficult to go for. There are missions, which is kind of cool. They lead from easy to epic, and depending on the difficulty, depends on the kind of loot you get out of it. I am unsure what really goes on in these things. I've only played 5 hours, and these are my first impressions of said game. I really don't think this game's gonna have much of a future, considering Dead Matter is coming out in like a couple weeks. Anyway, thank you for listening to my quick fire review. DEADSIDE is only 20 bucks Canadian, and it's really not all that terrible. So if you're into something new and you're sick of DayZ, go buy it. But I'm promising you that you're not going to have the greatest damn time in the world. Everything's actually kind of boring and bland. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Also, one thing I forgot to add on is the actual survival element of this, and there's a food and water system, but food and water tends to drain really slowly unless you're sprinting all over the map, but even then, it's very scarce to find in buildings, so your best bet is to sell some stuff and end up going to a safe zone, either north or south. Anyway, thank you very much. Bye!